The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned.
Going up her arm, and she's like, "Well, fuck this," and lopped her arm off, fucking Ash style.
I remember I almost just fucking fought the entire horde of aliens.
He fought the entire
because someone
planet.
fucked up and I got fucking enraged and went, fuck this shotgun, let's fucking go.
And my 12-year-old child started the
ship,
the drop ship to get out of there, and the
was somehow the only one that made it out of there completely unharmed, which makes sense.
I mean, physically,
why she could even pilot the thing is that she had like a lot of hours and was playing a lot of video games and like Flight Simulator and shit like that. A lot of
I didn't end up getting hurt at all. Either.
Yeah, we got out of that scot-free. Nobody died.
Yeah,
we
took a fuckload of
I think I took 0 injuries.
Not injuries. The panic thing.
Oh, the
like
panic
stress
thing. Yeah.
Scale. We were like at the top there.
Yeah, because I almost did the last stand with a shotgun, which I'm so disappointed. That would have been a great fucking blaze of glory.
I think my child also was like actually like segued off like with the android to babysit her in the other room. The alien came in that. So the android defended her, and then basically after the fight was over, my child was just like cowering like under the table the entire time.
Yes,
just no.
So Kevin,
Kevin, arm like melted off, like eye basically out of the socket. Like, are you okay?
So Scott, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part is when you notice we're live
again.
Yeah. So hi everybody, hello, welcome to Corruption Crew. If you're wondering what we're talking about, go check out the Alien RPG by Free League. It's fucking awesome and incredible, and the cinematic rules are just amazing for one shots. Glorious.
Yeah, like that. You like the Alien series? You don't like how the new ones have people that are really, really stupid? Well, now you can be the stupid people in your own version in the tabletop.
Well, it's okay. It's your own version of stupid. It's the stupid of like, we're all gonna die, versus the run in a straight line when a gigantic fucking tower is falling directly at you. Literally just go to the side. And
or going on an alien world and taking your helmet off.
Don't lick a random egg you find on an alien planet, especially if you're a fucking scientist. I should know better.
I will say this with everything that is currently going on. We are not giving like people in horror movies enough credit.
So I hear you, but also these are scientists. They should know better.
But you have to know what the egg tastes like. You have to.
The dumbest scientists, they were sent there to die. They kept the good scientists on.
I believe it would taste like silicone.
Yeah. If I found an alien egg, I would also crack it and see what happens if I put it on a pan. It probably tastes good.
I don't know. I think it might be a little acidic.
Some garlic on there.
Yeah.
So if it's gonna be acidic, then put some base to it.
Yeah, the eggs actually weren't acidic because
they
weren't through the floor.
Yeah.
The eggs weren't acidic.
Anyway,
only the xenomorphs have acidic blood. The facehuggers do not.
Well, not.
Yeah, they do.
No,
they definitely do.
They do. I
couldn't remember. What you're thinking of
in the very first movie,
fluid.
they tried to cut it off and it burned his
should all
face.
correct her at the same time. That way, you still get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The face huggers have acidic blood, but not like the egg. Like has no like acidic yolk in it or whatever.
Yolk.
Welcome to the Corruption Crew, where we talk about aliens for a long time.
Gotta have that.
Every aliens in the episode.
Hey Bobby, what was your favorite episode of Corruption?
Alien RPG. You get to play a 10-year-old child that can somehow fly spaceships. It's cool.
Hera seal of approval.
Well, I mean that's not unusual in most animes I've seen.
Yeah.
Get in the mech, Shinji.
Yeah.
Anime, yeah, but we're talking Alien here.
So hello. If you're hearing things, that would be Sirenscape in the background. They're super cool.
I don't know why, but it stopped playing music. Like it started at first and then it stopped.
Yeah, there's no music
Why
playing.
did it stop?
All I hear is cave music.
Oh, it's just ridiculously quiet cave stuff. Okay.
Oh, here, let me change
there's a little picture too. That's a cool picture.
Or I'll turn it up.
We're gonna have to go down there to get that knife.
What the hell is cave?
I think somebody else is on it, but that's a different game. Ooh, that sounds nice.
That's fitting.
So Sirenscape, super cool. It's $22 every other month for all of their sci-fi, board game, and fantasy sound sets. It's super cool. The one we're listening to right now is called Flooded Cavern, just because I like to mix it up a little bit every now and then. So yeah, does anybody want to recap what the hell happened last time?
Yes.
Please
do it. I don't usually do it. Okay, so we found a.
Did you just put a book in front of you?
No, this is my notebook. Well,
Yeah,
I guess
he
it's a
takes
book because
notes.
it's notes.
I'm sorry. I saw like a dictionary-sized.
It's got enough paper for many different games.
Okay.
Oh, same. I do that too.
Okay. Continue. I apologize.
We used a device to find a Cyblight at the movie studio or TV studio. We followed it to a side room where it had multiple extra bodies. It was no match for the three of us, Onyx, Gruk, and Cyberus. They tried to capture it, but there was really no second part to that plan, so they ended up just killing it. Everyone was fine at the end. And that was pretty much it, except I think the show didn't quite start yet.
No, the show went through fully.
Oh, it did?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't have any notes on like the different parts of the show. But at the end, there's a big crazy storm outside that looked like it was going to destroy everything, had neon green lightning. So we don't know what that's about, but we should probably be worried.
It's just the Aurora Borealis.
There's shapes in the cloud.
There
It's
were,
Aurora
yes.
Borealis.
Lightning and shit. So,
Also unrelated. This is my notebook that I used for ages. Had all my characters in it for forever.
right, there was green lightning in there.
Yeah, green lightning, the coolest color lightning.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh,
Green lightning sounds,
sorry, don't
sounds
mind me.
great.
So
notebook's too
fell in
big.
my chair because I was too lazy to get up. Yeah. So.
Also, I learned that, or realized that I'm kind of useless against the against Cyblights because I can't really punch them.
Oh yeah, they're
You
not
can punch
something you
them
want to touch.
Once.
Yeah, exactly. I can punch them once. So out of my potential 4 attacks that four attacks that I can have around, it's like one of them is effective.
Could you get like 5 different pairs of gloves? Just put them all on?
So a reminder because Cyberus, you've been doing a lot of research on Cyblights and things, right?
Sure. Yep.
I believe you have it. I know you've done it. I'm pretty sure you've done it in the past.
I know they're weak to acid.
Yeah. So mechanically, the first time you hit a Cyblight, it can become resistant. The second time, it's immune. So you can hit it twice before it's done away. And then, as soon as they take acid damage, all of those immunities that are not like inherent, like a Cyblight.
Okay, so it's changed from what is in the thing.
Yeah,
because
like a Cyblight
it's
Intellect Devour is always
into-
going to have resistance to psychic damage, no matter
We did
what.
talk about Hera, Onyx cutting her knuckles a little bit so they get some blood on there.
Mhm.
Do like a Luffy versus Crocodile type thing. Problem solved.
Hold on, I actually should check something because I do think I might actually get around that. I just realized that. Now here we come with a heavy rules lawyering and how things are worded. Watch.
Does anyone actually have any acid damage aside from the blood? Because I don't.
Yo.
Oh, okay. Do you hear that acid explosion that's like Fireball but with acid?
No, but I have Chromatic Orb. And
I-
I'll cast the piss out of that.
I have a cantrip that does acid.
Oh, good.
Okay, so
You've been using it pretty frequently.
Specifically for these Cyblights, yes.
Yeah.
I'm no longer worried then.
I mean, you should probably be worried.
Well, a storm could be
okay,
good. We don't know.
Actually, okay. So here's the interesting thing. Starting at 6th level, your unarmed strengths count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical attacks and damage.
But it's not magical, and that's the key point. It becomes immune to the.
It is not innately magical. It only counts as magical for the purpose of overcoming immunities and resistances.
But I'm assuming, Hera, it doesn't say it, for at least the sake of how this is. Technically, it doesn't say it's immune to non-magical. It's just immune. It's just immune to bludgeoning damage,
so,
not non-magical bludgeoning damage.
So, like this is the Cyblights are a little weird. The way that I mark their stuff, when they gain an immunity, it's not like they're immune to non-magical bludgeoning damage or to magical bludgeoning damage. They are immune to Onyx's punches. They are immune to Demona's chromatic orb. They are immune to Cyberus's sword attack, sort of thing. It's not, which does make it a little different if you were to switch up weapons often. That might be able to negate some of that.
Yeah, but Onyx cannot really switch up weapons.
So a good amount of reliance on acid would probably be helpful.
But
so
technically, she basically goes right in the middle between the two because they only work against magical stuff, but her attacks are not innately magical. They're not magical weapons or spells.
But Hera, if they're just blanket immune to Onyx's bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, but she's not magical and like.
But that's not Hera. It doesn't matter if it's magical. It doesn't matter if they're magical or non-magical. It's just that they are immune to your bludgeoning attack.
So think of it less in the mechanical way, and it's studying your movements, and it is learning how to counter you. It's learning how to roll with your punches in a way that doesn't take damage.
Then it is different than it is in the document because that is specific for spells.
Oh yeah, no, it's not the same. It's not the same in Chris's document because Chris's is very the PDF as is kind of vague on how it works, and the way that I've done it is tries to make it very explicit. When this happens, it can take a reaction and gain immunity to this specific thing. So recap for where everyone is. We left off with Onyx, Cyberus, and Gruk leaving the media center where Onyx's show is going down. And seeing far off in the distance that strange, ominous cloud. Meanwhile, I believe Demona was at her lab still working on spells, maybe?
Sorry. I just heard that I saw in chat that I'm a little quiet. I'm trying to... Oh God, I hate that it's so fucking dark in here. I can't see shit.
Is it just me? It's not just me, is it?
You sound fine on my end.
Oh, I don't have separate volume options for different people on Zoom.
Neither do I.
That's one of the worst things about fucking Zoom, that they don't have different volume things.
Yeah.
That would make Zoom 6,000% better instantly. Okay.
I think the last time that Demona, as far as I can recall, I was supposed to have a meeting with Kai. But...
I think you did meet with Kai. And he let you know that he had seen let's see, you had finished your 6th level spell, and then meeting Kai, you had learned from him that his scouts had spotted about 15 to 16 mercenaries in stealth tech outside the city. And the two of you were talking about sending some scouts of your own to just keep an eye on what's happening there. And then you spent the rest of the dinner, I believe, chatting back and forth with various different kind of weaponry ideas.
Right.
So, what's Gruk doing? Oh no, not Gruk. Passion doing.
Setting up, getting ready for their next trip. Pretty much. So, still trying to get as much information from as many people as she can, inside of the Henshin from about Costa and all of that kind of stuff.
So rather not use my teeth on a Cyblight.
Understandable.
Same. Big same. So I know that you had
I talked with a few people.
Yeah, and you guys had the idea that it might have gone a little closer to where Verm was buried. But you actually, I'll say, talking with the my brain is very slow today for some reason. Talking with the Henshin, you do learn that it's actually been spotted again in the mountains that are not that far from Giant's Peak. In this area that is borders or is very close to a fire giant settlement.
All right.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, so what you know of the settlement is it's they're not exceptionally happy with seeing guests. So like other people have gone to the city and visited, but very rarely are they allowed actually into the city to like go to the shops or anything like that, or to explore the city itself. Usually they get to the walls and are either chased or forced to leave.
All right.
And that last time they got any signs of her there definitely looked like there was something in pursuit of her, something very big.
All right. Well, at least we know where to start. Now we're gonna have to fight something pretty big, so Onyx is gonna be very happy about that.
So you guys have exited the TV station studio and have seen this gigantic, ominous looking cloud. The shapes are hard to tell exactly what they are. They don't look like anything you recognize, but they definitely look like larger than a vehicle or like a plane or something like that, or about similar sized. And I'll say Demona and Passion, if either of you either walk outside at all or turn on the local news or have any chance of hearing it, you would definitely hear about this as well.
Are they in the air, the shapes?
So basically there's this giant cloud, and you know sometimes if you look at a light enough cloud you can see like it happens more in movies with CGI, but the idea of seeing like the shadow outline of a plane behind a cloud, that sort of thing. But because it's obscured by a cloud and you don't typically see that many flying vehicles in Del Diablo, especially not in clouds, you're not 100% sure exactly what's in there.
Well, I don't know what to do about the weather. If the city is hard to attack, then maybe they can't come into the city limits. I wouldn't know where to begin to know if that's true or not, or who to talk about defenses. I assume people in charge know.
I mean, if you give me time, I can keep one area of the city not have this weather. Gruk points at the cloud.
It's like right outside the city?
So where you guys are is maybe about a like 30-minute drive or so from the city. It's again, Del Diablo is a like Australia-sized city. So you can see it in the sky. It's very high up. It's much larger than any normal storm you've seen here in Del Diablo, even though the storms here can be kind of really fucking weird.
This isn't between us and the city, is it?
No, it's on the outskirts of the city. You can
Okay.
tell. It look like it's hard to tell exactly where it would land, but you know that it's definitely near the edge, the border.
Wait, are we still with Susan, by the way?
I believe Susan went ahead and left you guys not long after the show ended.
Ahead to where? Or she just
Probably
left?
back to
Nice.
her
Oh, okay.
office.
Well, if we're done here, I think Cyberus would want to go drive close to the storm and look at it.
Storm chasers.
Yeah. Just to see if it's actually a weird storm or just a big storm.
Tonight on DDTV, Storm Chasers.
Get that storm if it's
Gruk-
the last thing I do.
Gruk's like, well, I'll go with you for safety reasons.
Onyx would go home and make sure that Chewie and Lily are safe.
Okay. So Gruk and Cyberus, you make your way out towards the storm. And you can definitely see there are a lot of people that are traffic is not great. It definitely looks like anybody that it does not have to be in this area is trying to get the fuck out of the way of that thing because they don't know what it is or what's happening. I'll say hearing on the if you turn on the radio at all, you guys can hear from the broadcast that it's bringing severe winds with it that are damaging some of the weaker buildings in that area. And that it seems to be causing this term they're calling micro tears, which is allowing bits of corruption to seep through unexpectedly. Usually not a problem, it's just startling, and because they're happening so frequently, they're changing aspects that are typically so like typically in the way that corruption works is it affects organic life first. It doesn't typically warp like buildings or concrete or anything like that easily. It takes a long time to do that. It's happening a lot faster now. You're hearing stories of signs instantly changing and flipping to mean the opposite of what it should mean, car accidents happening, buildings suddenly changing shape and forming walls where there weren't ones before, or getting rid of them, that sort of thing.
Are we close enough to see any of that ourselves? Yep.
I'll say after about 20 minutes or so of driving, you start to see signs of that. And your first sign is you just thought it was weird. You see this car drive by that is like half of it is the normal like traditional color or normal like glossy color of paint from a manufacturer, and the other half is a sort of splotchy green and red color that kind of looks like the coloring on a leaf, Gruk, that you know to be kind of native to this area. And you go further on and start to see these buildings where the architecture is like split in half. Like half of it is all brick and half is steel instead. And are seeing people very clearly struggling with new layers as they're trying to get out of this area.
Could Cyberus sense degradation? Like, could he sense any sort of like waves or areas where corruption is happening more and like avoid it in the car, just so he doesn't drive into something?
Actually, yeah, that's cool. I'll say that, yeah. Going full Pacific Rim.
Oh, I do have a quick question.
Mhm.
Since traffic is such a bitch, would Pequod be on station?
Remind me about what it is.
It's
The
a helicopter. You gotta be shitting me.
Did you
What
buy
the
a
heli-
helicopter? Did I tell you
Yes.
what the
Yes.
price
Remember
would
the
be?
parade?
At the parade, yes.
It was
I
a whole
have
big
Yeah, you
a-
could do it. Yeah, you could order the helicopter.
Fuck
It might
traffic.
not want to get too close to that area because, you know,
Oh yeah, no, I don't
You-
need to get
Engine
close
vehicles,
to it.
but
If you want some,
But I can.
if you want some help, I can make some stats for the quadcopter.
I mean, I don't intend on using it in full combat.
No
It's
one
more-
does.
Exactly. It's more just for transportation, but I don't have to be close to be able to hit anything with spells.
Cat, let's just use the dark matter ship rules.
No.
Mega
No.
Jam.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope. There is a reason there is a barrier around the solar system.
Is the name Pequod related to Farquaad from Shrek?
No, it's
No, not even close. Nice try, though.
It's a Metal Gear Solid joke
Many
I
of
should have known.
reference.
many of the D-Dogs might die in this, and it's a sacrifice Demona is willing to make.
Okay, if y'all put anything in, if y'all put anything in the Discord, let me know. I'm closing that because Kevin and Reese are talking in a private chat, and I've got like 50 notifications.
Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop.
And it's just like every 3 seconds, I'm like, "Oh, I have stuff that's attached." Nope.
Yeah, I get that, as I'm so happy that when I'm streaming, it goes into streamer mode.
It doesn't like notify me, but I just see the little red dot there saying I have 3 unread stuff, and
And you're a cat, so it gains your attention.
yeah, like it's just like, ooh, red dot.
Out of character, I just realized how foolish I am because I used a lot of my high-level spells on that Cyblight Intellect Devourer, and they didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going with Cyrus as emergency without having my emergency available.
Mm-hmm.
Who could have predicted this would have happened?
None of us.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
Oh yeah,
gotta roll with
so
it.
you said this storm is like near the edge of the barrier. It's not towards the fray. It's away from it.
Okay, so the way that the city is set up, the eye of Del Diablo is directly over the heart of Del Diablo,
Mhm.
the very center.
Yeah.
Where you guys are going is to the edge of the city, to where basically the protective wards that keep corruption in ends.
But is like the fray over that area?
It's not quite that
Like,
big.
does it stretch all the way, like as a diameter
No,
of the
it's-
city? Or
It's
okay.
not that. It's not nearly that big. It's I'd say probably like several, maybe like 200 or 300 feet wide at the biggest. It's not that large. Probably bigger than that. But yeah, it can't stretch the entire city.
So it's not as big as the hypothetical Warhammer 40K's warp rift that splits the entire galaxy in half.
No,
to,
not
to,
at
to
all.
those scales where like the city's
Whole
the galaxy and like the rift is like halfway through all of it.
Yes, and yes, Luke. A rip in the world literally splits an entire galaxy. It's called the Eye of Terror, and it is awesome.
It's one
That's-
of the largest things I've heard of.
The phrase a lot like it mechanically. That's why I was wondering.
Mhm.
So, do we see any more?
Think more the eye on Jupiter.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So like can definitely cover a good portion of the country, but not like end to end.
Do we get a better view of anything in the clouds yet? Or are they still behind the clouds?
Yeah, getting closer, it definitely looks like whatever is up there is definitely hiding behind the clouds. You'd have to get like into them to get a better view. But as you get closer, you can see that there are hundreds of those Knights Maleficents, the soldiers of Del Diablo, that are on patrol, that are trying to escort people out of the way, and see squadrons of them moving to the walls to get an idea of what's happening. You know that they can't actually attack unless
The clouds? Oh,
the Knights can't actually attack unless something attacks first. But they're just trying to be prepared and proactive and figure out what the fuck is going on.
we should aim for their command center or whatever. They have like their main people. Maybe we can get some answers or help out in some way.
So you can see that they have set up what looks like you can see several of their vehicles stationed around what looks like was probably kind of a crappy diner sort of thing, but is now very obviously a huge sort of data center for these knights. There are as you walk up to the door, there's like 2 of them at the front door, and then behind them you can see they've got like several of those dining tables stuck together and this huge setup of computers watching the storm and various different computer outputs and different things like that.
All right. I would walk in and say, like, who's in charge? We're here to help.
One of the so sitting at the desk is one knight, and sort of leaning, or at the table and leaning over them is another, and he sort of turns to you, and you can see that he has the iconography of a officer, basically. Sort of looks over to the group of you, recognizes most of you.
I think there's just two of us, so who all came?
Just Gruk and
no,
Cyberus.
it was just Gruk and Cyberus. Recognizes one of you. People are still getting used to the new Gruk because it's only been a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, and he wasn't really on TV after he changed.
Yeah.
Wait, people recognize me?
Even beforehand, too.
That's true.
You guys kind of made a bit of a scenes occasionally, and like.
But mostly.
And every time I do, I'm wild shaped.
Yes,
True.
I was gonna say Gruk has never caused problems.
So recognizing one of you.
What about that time we did the bank heist?
Gruk was wild shaped.
Yep. A swarm of ravens.
The whole
Yep.
time? Oh.
Yup.
Sure, that would have come up in a late night talk shows. Like, are these the
I'm
heroes we
telling
want?
y'all, druids are the best spies. I'm not even joking. I want to play a druid spy so bad. Anyway,
I'd be a little dry.
anyway.
Sorry, just in my position in Zoom, Kat, you were like side glancing at Vex, and Vex was looking your direction and went, ah.
That's perfect. That is amazing
Love
that
it.
managed to happen that way.
Same on my end.
So you see this officer sort of turn to you, and I'm Aasimar. I'm the officer in charge of the squadron.
We're Cyberus and Gruk. We're somewhat experts on corruption.
You've worked with the lords and ladies before. I don't know what the hell we're dealing with. Wait, Gruk, that's the druid, right?
Yeah, that's him. I pointed. Gruk.
Fabulous. I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. And he just sort of points, and the individual sitting at the table is so looking at it, it's definitely some kind of meteorological phenomena. I think it could have been caused by a spell, but it's definitely warped by corruption, which is weird though, because it's outside the wards. The wards should be blocking it. It shouldn't be a corrupted storm. It should be a regular storm, and it's not, and I don't know why. And also there's definitely something in there, but I'm picking up interference, like not like magical interference or corrupted interference, like tech. I think whatever is in there are ships.
Tech does interact very strangely with magic, and
It does, but this feels like I've seen when corruption damages sonar imagery, it like literally corrupts the files. This is just like static. That's a thing that typically only tech can do. So we're looking at somebody that has some highly advanced tech, perhaps, seemingly control over corruption and weather magic, I guess.
Troubling. Is there any sort of like central core or location, or where do you know where it appeared?
I don't think
or how it appeared?
I don't think it'd be too hard to find.
That's the thing. It just started brewing. We haven't found anyone. We've seen signs of individuals out patrolling. We think they're probably spies or mercenaries or small stealth groups, but nobody's made an overt attack. But at least from what I can tell, these kind of spells have a pretty long range. I don't know how far out this person could be.
So someone created the storm and put it here, and it has ground forces underneath it.
The ground forces, if they're here, they've dissipated. So we've heard reports of handfuls of small troops of less than 20 individuals, always stealthed, always using either technology or magic or just plain camouflage to hide. They're very much being very careful about not being spotted. And then this happened, and I don't know what.
Has it moved since it started?
It's gotten bigger, but it hasn't moved in yet.
Perhaps we should seek Demona and Passion.
What would they do?
What can we do? I don't know.
I'll sass it until it gives up, guys.
I think both of us have the most resistance to corruption.
Yeah,
or
but they
until
should.
it disintegrates you.
I'm gonna say that's actually false. Passion has the highest resistance thing because you can't be corrupted at this point. As far
Onyx
as I
she
can
has
tell.
like immunity.
Onyx pulls a Hulk and just gets angry until she punches it out of existence.
Local woman so pissed punch Storm out of existence.
Local angry man yells at Sky. God, I don't even remember who did that edit, but that edit of Kevin yelling at a cloud is
Oh, that
the
was Hera.
best thing.
Hera was
that
that? No,
has
no, was
ever
that
come
you or
out
that?
of
No,
this
that was
Discord.
that you or
me.
me?
I know
I know you
still
did
have
the.
it.
I know you did the
have it.
Ken one.
I have it right here. I have it,
It
right
was
here.
it was beautiful. Work
We
of
also had
art.
the Ken one too.
There it is.
That was a
In all its
treasure.
glory. I have it. It's in the Discord. I
I
also
don't
have
remember the Ken one.
Oh my god, you don't remember the Ken one?
No. Oh God, what is this?
It's
What
Kev's
is he
head.
Did
wearing?
you make her open Discord
Ken,
again?
on Ken, you know, Ken and Barbie.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's
I
in the
can't believe
corruption
you
Sorry.
forgot
chat.
about
I'm
that.
not sorry. I'm not sorry.
Don't be. This is a work of art. I love it.
I
Anyway,
So yeah, Passion is immune, and Demona knows a lot about military technology. Those two might be good resources to try to figure out what's going on with these clouds.
How long has this been going on? I turned over to the officer.
about an hour. At least the storm itself. We've been noticing scouts around the city for about 3 to 4 days now.
Can I roll any kind of check on this?
What do you want to learn?
A theory of where this started or what could be originating it?
Go for it.
Could I assist? I don't know how.
But first, I gotta have something for the audience. Give me a moment.
Chewie just eats the storm.
While he's doing that, I would ask Ember if anyone has tried to go into the cloud.
Okay, so folks, this is what we were talking about with the old man yells at the cloud.
I mean,
And
Cat is showing it too.
that's true. And then the other one is this monstrosity. So there you go, peeps.
We will not give any context, I guess.
Nope.
Well, we did earlier. But in any case. What am I rolling for this check?
This would
Arcana?
be nature. Yeah.
I can't help with that.
Well, you can't help. It'll just
You
give me
can't
advantage.
I don't have proficiency. Don't I need that to?
Nope.
Oh well, then I would rub his temple like
You can-
a head massage.
You can always help.
Okay, then I would help. Tell him what the local weather has been recently.
Good thing you did, because that went from 5 to a 15 or 19.
Okay. So you know plenty of druid spells that can do things like this.
I think there's actually only one that can really do that.
Small scale. Others can do sort of things like it. So like called lightning can make a thunderstorm, but it doesn't last nearly as long.
It doesn't make a
And-
thunderstorm. It gets boons from a thunderstorm already appearing in the sky.
Doesn't it make
No,
a
it's-
small one?
Call
Nope.
lightning. A storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder.
Huh.
Small and permanent, to be sure.
Yeah, it's teeny, but so like you know of them, mostly they're druid spells. you've never heard of any druid altering a thunderstorm to make a corrupted storm. You know that there are certain storms that can be influenced by corruption. There's a rare but very dangerous phenomena.
Kevin just saw it in Discord.
And his response was, the fuck? Why? And I just said, because he kept accidentally calling you Ken.
You might as well tell him it was up on Twitch.
Oh. But that sometimes creates a storm called corruption rain, where it basically rains down particles of corruption that warp and vastly quickly change anything around it. They're very rare.
Is that a spell I could possibly create?
They're incredibly rare. They're usually unpredictable. Think of it like acid rain. It's very unpredictable. It's hard to guess exactly when it's going to happen.
Is that another spell I could possibly create?
We can see, maybe.
Okay. Be like Chaos Bolt.
But it definitely,
rain.
This doesn't look like any spell that you know of. So chances are it's some kind of long scale ritual, something that like was built over a long time and has just been triggered, or it's being caused by some kind of item or creature or source or something like that. Because it's outside the walls, and even though the like little tidbits of micro tears that have been opening up and changing various things within the city are dangerous, it's not the scale that would make you think like this is a corrupted creature doing this. This feels like something that's combining these two different combining corruption with very high level druid magic.
So I don't think this has anything to do with the actual barrier itself. Like
No,
the
it doesn't
barrier
have
is
anything.
a component of it where it's like normal on one side, and then when it hits it, it like actually activates on the other side.
It doesn't seem to be. If anything, it almost seems like the barrier is working on trying it, almost like keeping it at bay. Typically, the barrier keeps corruption in, but it seems like it's doing a little bit of both at this point, keeping the two different sources of corruption separate. But now that you're closer looking up, you can definitely see that the shapes up there are absolutely the size of what like the Retroverse equivalent of like a Quinjet would be.
Cyberus is going to send a text, and I've typed it out into chat.
I now that I think of it, we probably should get additional help. And Gruk will call Demona. And
I think this is a time to regroup, yeah.
And he'll pull out like a normal ass phone, but suddenly it'll just go to this different thing where it'll just be like our heads as video, and it's just like boop, as he dials into correct frequency that he saw on the back of the box for Demona.
So Cyberus texts the group chat, "Dear friends, big, possibly person-made corruption superstorm formed within the last hour outside town. Is corrupting inanimate objects within the wards while it continues to build up. Some kind of tech interference is present, and possibly airships visible in the storm. Gruk and I are at the command site with the knights, but we could use y'all's expertise and support. Could be an imminent attack. Love, Cyberus." I love everything about this game. So Demona, your phone rings.
I don't think Demona's here.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
no,
no,
they
I'm
are.
back. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Gruk put in the correct frequency on his phone, and he's contacting you.
That's amazing.
You're like the only number he knows, to be honest.
The fact that you still managed to call is amazing.
Yeah, you did it. You used the phone.
You're doing
You
wonderful, sweetie.
didn't let him nuke a bird this time.
Didn't nuke it. I only
Didn't I dial?
scorched it a bit.
Didn't I dial a phone once as a bird?
I feel like yes.
If I haven't done it yet, it will
You dialed
happen.
1-800-Mix-a-Lot.
I feel like you did that as a crow at one point. I don't know why.
But
Anyway,
Anyways,
yeah.
The,
So
the
Demona, your
respon-
phone rings.
Yeah, the response would simply be, wait, is he calling or am I responding to Cyberus's text?
Oh, that's up to you. I was calling though, and I was doing the Metal Gear Solid like a little even though it's just a normal ass phone, like we get like little video screens for each of us.
I'm just imagining like mid-text, and you're like, "Well, why are you calling, Mom? I'm trying to answer your text."
No, I have one
Parents do
better
that
that's
too.
completely in character. She ignores Gruk's call, puts a thumbs up on Cyberus's text, and directs the pilot towards the station. It's like, I know where I need to go. Why the fuck are you calling me?
Okay, it is
Ah,
going to
Demona
be a
isn't
bit
an-
before you get there.
Demona isn't answering. I was hoping that didn't get Q quad here with my special weapon. It might be able to help.
Oh,
What did you call it?
I don't
Use a
know.
Q
Okay,
quad.
Demona, what do you want to call it? Because I think, would be better at naming things than a Metal Gear Solid-esque. Because, like, Metal Gear is the name of their Big Mac, right? So what would we name our corruption staff thing that we're working on in the basement? That has the Neverborn Tears, its main catalyst.
Shit, you gotta drop that on me.
Staff of Cheers. I don't know how that game
I
works.
will beat you with a staff of cheers.
Never
No.
played those games.
I was going to say D-staff,
Hot,
but
wet
that
staff.
would be... Yeah, no.
Hot, wet staff. There you go.
It's like, what's eye? The fluid in an eyeball. You could use that
What?
as a name.
What?
Because
How's
it's a
that go,
tier.
Scotty, just go get the BDG metal Kojima name generator.
Big damn gun.
Oh, I
That
gotta
was only
find
that was only useful for soldier names. I didn't think that was good for like artifact names.
And no, it's good for only people names, but that makes it even funnier.
Well, the staff is like the sixth member of the team.
Staff uses the tears of the Neverborn.
Mhm.
How about Iris?
Project Iris. Yeah, let's do that. I like it.
That's
Okay.
pretty cool, yeah.
Then Gruk would send a text that says, "We need Project Iris." And it's probably an acronym that we'll think of what it means later.
Would that be before or after I left with?
I mean, this is the first you're hearing about it when you get this text.
My-
So you would have just left.
it would have
It
been
would've
right
been-
after you don't answer the
Because
call.
you wouldn't have any reason to know about it until they told you about it. Because you hadn't said, like, oh, yeah, I saw this on the news. I'm going to head there and check it out.
And I need to put this in my notes. Because that is a
If
great
he sent the
name.
text about the same time, it wasn't time to
Yeah.
warm up the helicopter yet.
Yeah, so you definitely have time to grab it before you jump in the helicopter. But you'd also know that they're going to be waiting at least 20 minutes before you get there.
Ooh, does Demona do that action movie thing where it shows you strapping on all your weapons and gear?
Not really. Most of my weapons comes from a cell phone. My spell book is just my phone.
You could have a bunch of cell phones all over.
But that being said, I do now have a very long, large case that I'm taking onto the chopper with me.
Yeah.
Weapons case containing the staff.
It just made me think of like a wizard who has like a bunch of different guns for their spells instead, just like a full
Hell
arsenal.
yeah.
I thought that was an artificer, honestly. Because that's exactly what Kalahari does. Anytime she casts a spell, loads a gun.
Iris is a genus of mantis.
That's my
Insects.
niece's name also.
It's also
So
a
did-
VTuber.
Did Aimer say that the cloud had like some sort of magic effect within it, or that it was created by magic?
We're assuming it was created by magic because it did kind of stir up very quickly. We weren't planning any. There were no meteorological signs that a storm like this was brewing.
Have you tried dispelling the storm? It's real big, but if you do it good enough,
If it's as high enough level as we're expecting, it would be very difficult. We don't have any spellcasters among this squad, at least, that are strong enough to do so.
Yes.
So mechanically, the way that dispel magic works is you cast it at a certain level, and then
you got to roll
if
if it's above that.
yeah, if you cast it at like 9th level, then it just everything's gone. But otherwise, you have to roll, and it's really heavily depends on what level you cast a spell magic at versus what level effect made it.
Because if we had the resources, we could just call in like 20 wizards, and they could all just cast all the spells that they have, and eventually one might work. But I don't know if that's the resources they have. It sounds like
That's
it's not.
also so
That's-
like
If it's a regular spell, then it would
Yeah.
work. Probably not. And I assume I don't think I could remove corruption from the storm. It's probably too big. Or
Might
not
not.
centralized enough, or not a creature.
So thinking about it and thinking of the ways that you know the corruption, you have learned and heard about in all of your studying of corruption and different things in library, considering you have been in there quite a bit. It doesn't happen here in Del Diablo that often, just because like the phrase don't happen here in Del Diablo that often, considering the eyes right above you guys don't really, it doesn't happen that often because it's already there.
Mhm.
There are some De-Fraggers that can close a fray
Oh, that's right.
I-
I remember that now.
the same way that they can spend points to remove corruption. It's difficult and dangerous, and it requires you to be close to it. But if that's where the corruption is coming from, you could try it.
I think I actually can do that, but I just don't. I need to find where. in my
And based
text
on
it
the
says that.
scale of what kind of corruption is coming out of that thing, the only thing you can think of would be another one of those phrases.
So maybe they opened a fray and a storm at the same time, or a fray storm.
The rude phrase storm.
Meanwhile, Onyx,
Yes.
I'll say you've made it back to the house, and walk in to see Lily and Chewy sitting at the table doing like a puzzle. And Chewy's like, it's one of those like children's puzzles where the shapes are all very large and exaggerated. And she's feeling each one before she's finding where it's supposed to go.
Aw. Remember, they all go into the square hole.
This goes in the square hole.
TikTok!
That TikTok is so amazing.
Especially when just and then we're just like losing it more and more.
Yes. I don't know who that creator is, but if you can find that TikTok, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So Lily's like, so it sounded like it went well. We watched most of it.
Yeah, there's also something going on outside that's not going well.
Oh.
Onyx just like takes like the remote, turns on the TV, and it's probably like on literally every channel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, lets it just sit there for a moment on mute, and then turns the TV off. Yeah, that.
Okay. All right. Do you know what it is and how much we have to worry?
Honestly, very a lot. The others, they want my help and expertise. I don't know what they want me to do with it. Punch it? Anyway, I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that you're okay. And is the entire basement filled?
Filled with what?
Gruk? I can't
Oh,
remember
with garbage?
Oh,
no,
definitely.
Garbage. No, not garbage. I can't remember if Gruk didn't Gruk like just filled the basement with like wall of stones.
Yeah,
Like there's no
you guys
basement
can't get
anymore.
in.
Yeah, and it's just solid stone in the basement.
There's
Yeah,
also an
basically.
Atiog in there and a shit ton of trash.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not go in the basement.
Let's go in the basement.
Okay.
It goes over
Way
to
to
the
go,
basement door that has disappeared many long times ago because of me and Onyx.
Oh,
Actually,
Tiog. We'll eat anything, Chewy.
there's a
Janet,
there's just a stone wall, and the camera just slowly pans on it, and you just hear like
maybe
on the other side of the door.
we should just like throw the Artiok and Chewy at the storm. They'll eat it. They're like nom nom nom. What's the at like carnivals and such, like the fluffy sugary stuff? What does that get called?
Cotton
Oh,
candy.
candy floss.
Yeah, candy floss. They're gonna eat the storm like candy floss. Just pick it up. Yeah. Anyway, she gives Chewie like a big hug, and then she kisses the Lynx like I'm gonna go now.
Okay, be careful.
You stay safe, and
We will.
if there's anything, just call me or something.
If it gets too dangerous, we can always call Tomo.
Yeah.
She's mentioned that the girls are interested in meeting Chewie at some point anyway, so.
Oh, that should be fun. Anyway, I'm gonna go.
Okay,
Love you.
be careful.
I
Pretty
never
fucking
am, but
gay. That Passion is actually saying that, Hera. I hope you know.
Just pans over to
Fire
the
yourself.
dark corner. The lamp turns on. Click, click. Passion's there. Pretty fucking gay.
No, it's just
Licks
the
light
Passion
off.
was in the other room with just a packet of ramen noodles.
Just
It's
standing
fucking
in
gay.
the kitchen eating raw ramen. She just walks past, gay.
And
then,
walks
like-
out.
Yeah, and then the camera pans, she just follows.
well, yeah, Lily
Hey, guys.
going like, be careful, Onyx. I never am. And then yeah, I guess she'll live with Passion.
Yeah, let's go. Oh,
So I'll say that the group of you can gather up relatively easily. It takes, in about like 30-40 minutes or so, you guys can all gather up. Demona, you would get there first with the staff, but Passion and Onyx are only maybe about 15-20 minutes behind you.
That works.
So you guys see the helicopter that Demona purchased arriving.
I'd try to wave her in. I guess she'd land at a helicopter landing spot.
I mean, somewhere safe at least, but it doesn't have to be a designated spot.
Yeah, in this area of Del Diablo where like it's probably on top of a building, because Del Diablo doesn't have a ton of like just free space anyway. That's why the majority of the city is now built upwards, because they definitely have like an upper limit where they can't grow any bigger. But yeah, you can easily enough find a landing space.
I'll have them
Um,
land and then grab the case, head over.
And Luke, I found the thing that we had where you can close a fray. It is in the document called Spells Found in the Arachnid Library under
Oh,
Create Fray.
Oh, it Create Fray does it. I saw
Um,
Create Fray. I didn't know it closed them too.
Yeah, so it gives you the rules for how to close it. So basically, Create Fray
Oh.
creates a fray and states that it remains there until it closes naturally, which usually is either determined by the GM or takes a week at the longest. Or it can be closed by a De-Fragger's ability at a hit
Ooh.
point cost of 10 times the level of the spell slot used to create it. So it can be very dangerous and painful, but it
Well,
can be done.
Considering the max level of spell in the game, I think I'll be all right. But I can't be sure that there's not some
It's
other
still
rule going
gonna
on.
sting a bit.
Yeah, but
I fucking hate that you're like, that's fine. It's only 90 hit points. I can take that. It's whatever.
Cat with her 2 HP.
do I think that would work? I guess I could consider it. I'll see what everyone else thinks about what the plan might be, and then see if we can think about that. But we have to find the fray first.
Okay.
So-
So
Keep that in my pocket.
I've spent this whole time looking up ways to make this acronym, and it probably is still not going to work. But Project Iris stands for Impulse Rasterized Infinitum Staff.
I mean, I like it.
I mean, usually they're a bunch of random jargon anyway, so it's whatever.
Okay. If I could remember the name of it, there is a real world group of scientists who were dealing with, I think it was the Electron Collider.
Mm-hmm.
There was one of their theories that they chose the acronym PENIS specifically because of the acronym that it would create. So don't ever let it.
Oh, 100%. Every scientist ever, they choose the acronym and then they make it fit.
Pretty much.
I was looking up different.
Especially when it's penis.
That's what it says.
So I'd like to think Demona has like the staff is in like this weird metal suitcase or big weird metal case that has like, you know, in the movies where they have like the bolt locks into corners, like it has those kind of things, and it has like grafted in the side like Project Iris. It just fits the theme of Demona's group.
Is there an image logo as well?
No.
Oh.
Let me see if I can find a font for it. But anyway.
Are you sure
So-
the period's a little eyes?
I'll say the group of all of you can gather up. You can tell that now this one little like diner that the knights have sort of commandeered. There are several people, like obviously staff, that are out on the street just sort of watching what's going on, some filming it with their cell phones, some just talking, and a handful that are inside the building still going around and like serving coffee. And the Aasimar, the officer here, sort of looks at the group of you. So, any ideas of what we're dealing with?
We're not 100% certain, but it's definitely not good. It needs to be neutralized as soon as possible.
If
In
it's
my
a fray,
professional opinion, since my expertise was asked, a giant pile of fuckery.
good. Those we can deal with.
What?
It's a technical
Real
term.
bullshit.
Gruk just
Yeah.
shrugs when they if they look at Gruk. She's just like, I don't know, that's how she talks.
I can try to close the fray if there is a fray and we can get close to it, but we don't know for sure about anything yet.
Well, if you need to get into the storm,
Mm-hmm.
we can make that happen.
You have like flying suits or a trebuchet or something?
We have jetpacks.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
What? Wait, a
Did
you-
trebuchet.
I was kind of going for the same point there.
I love the idea of, for once, Demona and Pashy having that moment of like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
Just-
trebuchet.
Just cuts to a bunch of the guards that are just goblins, and they actually have a trebuchet, and they go, "Oh," because they can tell everybody doesn't want to.
Just
Meanwhile,
push it
Onyx
back into the
trebuchet?
closet.
Onyx, now you're speaking my language.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
Onyx just ties their ankle on the end of the trebuchet. Just, phew.
Hera, the irony of me saying that's dumb when what I did last session in your game, when I just had our fucking superhuman strong person yeet me at a spaceship.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got
How'd that end up?
distracted because my dog is laying on the floor next to me and was doing the like kicking feet, like he was
Oh.
having a dream.
Oh.
So I just leaned down to
I-
hold his hand and comfort him.
Okay, I want the jetpack and the trebuchet, and then we can launch ourselves into the air with the to gain like distance and height with a trebuchet.
That sounds
and then-
really fucking dumb.
And then
Onyx, I'm
stop
sorry.
our jetpacks.
We don't
No.
have a trebuchet though.
It's genius because that way we get close without them noticing a person with a jetpack until it's too late.
Except they don't have a trebuchet.
Well, that's why I asked.
Though y'all did get here in a helicopter, right?
Yeah.
I look at
Demona,
There's a chance that
Demona,
the
are you
Saege-
sure you want to risk Pequod in there?
Peak
Well, you don't have
waters.
to fly it in.
Yeah.
If you have the jetpack, you could do an airdrop.
Ooh,
The
best
same
kind of drop.
sensors that are making us blind inside the cloud might be making it hard for them to see out of it. If you guys can get above it, you can drop down, activate the stuff once you're at the cloud level.
Looks over at Demona.
I'm fully into this idea.
Onyx leans over to like, I don't know, Passion, and it's like, do you really think it's a good idea that I use a jetpack considering how well I drive?
Passion just looks on and says, at least at that point, the only thing that you're gonna hurt is the ground.
Yeah,
Or a
so at
cat.
this point, the winds have been starting to pick up significantly. So this is like a regular run-of-the-mill diner. Most of the walls on the outside are glass, and at this point, like, people are starting to pull out, like, try and get the big, I don't remember what they're called, very thin sheets of wood to cover windows and stuff.
Wood,
Boards.
boards.
Plywood?
Well,
Plywood.
more specifically,
Thank you.
plywood.
Plywood.
Plywood is the
literally
material, not the shape.
2x4s?
2x4s are thick, too thick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
they
of
are.
course.
1x8s.
Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, y'all.
We're using the
It's
colonial
storm
system.
shutters. They're using storm shutters.
Effectively, yeah.
I
Wait,
think
what?
that's what they're called, storm shutters.
Question for Aimer.
Sorry, I just got thrown by the fucking chat because Vex is a hornball that needs to go to horny jail.
Chat, you say that like I'm not playing this game from horny jail.
You don't know what kind of.
You should
Cyberus
be
does
very
free time.
happy that Vex isn't there for the vaccine chat.
Oh my god. Those two would be scarred for life. We'll have to tell you all about it after the game because holy shit, it's awesome. Anyway,
Sounds funny.
Gruk wild shapes into a harpy, so pretty much he's himself, but his arms are now wings.
So it's
I have
Or a
like
harpy. I understood a heartbeat and was like, what?
Gruk
just a
Gruk
weird
just
blob
suddenly
or
a
beat.
human-sized heart.
No, only a heartbeat. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like
no,
a
I was
little
thinking,
pulse
like-
signal, but it's like just floating in the air.
I was thinking like heart or spire level where you just become a concept of a heartbeat. That's a thing you can actually do in
Use
Spire.
his
The
ability to destroy
city,
concept of heartbeat.
Must fall. It's cool as shit and terrifying. Anyway,
I had a question.
yes.
Have they tried to look at the storm from above yet?
We've been kind of cautious because we don't know what's in it. But if you guys are going up there, we'll send a team as well for backup. Or we can go first if you'd like some recon.
Onyx just cracks the knuckles. It's like, nah, we can do a recon. What are we waiting for?
Perhaps the center of the storm has some sort of airship, and that's where we have to go.
We'll see what
If there is a core. Yeah, we should all get jetpacks and get in a helicopter and fly above the storm and jump out.
Oh, it looks like harpies actually just have bird feet and the wings on their back with normal arms. I always thought like their arms were their wings, and like the talon part was like their hands.
I've seen versions that way. And Monet from One Piece is like that.
There's also World of Warcraft harpies where the arms are wings and the only talons they have are their legs.
Okay, I will. Regardless, I definitely would have giant bird legs.
So bird legs and wing arms?
Yes, we're gonna go with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
How-
it heavily
where's the
depends on
staff
the
gonna be?
artist whether or not the wings are the arms or not.
Okay, all right. I will have arms and wings on the back.
So where are these jetpacks?
So as you guys are talking, you see somebody else outside of the on the street that's pulling like this row of stuff out of one of the back of these like black SUVs, and they have at least what they pull out right now. There are more stuff in that van, but what they pull out are 6 jetpacks.
Sweet. Cyberus is going to go put on a jetpack. Something he's always wanted to do.
I mean, to be fair, I was up for the idea of a Halo drop the second it was mentioned.
Yep, I got some ideas I need to write down and send to Kat. All of them are vehicle based, and one of the vehicles is going to be a drop pod. It'd have very simple stats.
Are-
Anyway, Gruk goes over to the case and asks Demona, "Did you have any problems getting it ready for transport?"
Problems?
Then that's a no. And Gruk goes to open up the case.
So for the staff, you've only been working on it for a few weeks. It's probably not going to be at its full potential.
Oh, definitely not. That's
Yeah,
why I was
so-
like, did you have any problems with this unstable, super powerful magic item?
I thought you meant transportation with a helicopter.
I
Sorry.
mean, it could be either way.
Well, either way, like he transported it safely in a case. If something's going to go wrong with it, chances are it's not going to happen in the very safe, controlled setting of the lab or the closed case. It's going to happen when you're in a storm cloud full of corruption.
Yeah.
When the case opens, like the corner cylinder seals, like I guess, and opens up. It looks like a very straight Neverborn staff, but one in like a foam case. But as Gruk takes it out, it starts to like rewarp back what it was, and the very top of it actually like splinters in like a mid explosion, and the fractions just like float in orbit around the Neverborn tier in the middle,
Nice.
emitting like colors like in my background all throughout.
Oh, the long con. That's why you had those up there.
Like if any of you have played like Halo 4 or 5, you know how like the Forerunners have like the weird like stuff that just floats right off of it. That's like kind of what I was going for.
Very cool. What can it do? What can we expect of the staff?
What that staff do?
Well,
So effectively for this, Scott, because it's untested.
oh
and,
yeah, we'll just have to
you tell
wait
me
and
what
see, and looks
Yeah,
over at
what,
the
you
DM.
tell me what you want it to do, and I will tell you if it can do it and how to make that happen.
I think regardless of what it is, I think we should have like a chance of failure because it's really, really unstable. All right, I'm gonna look at what I have written down and send you some private messages.
Okay. So, what do you want to do?
Jetpack, helicopter.
We strap all the jetpacks to the helicopter. No.
The quad has never moved so fast and crashed so hard.
Oh,
It's like
I
a
do have a
thing
question.
you'd see in Kerbal Space Program.
If there is an airship, perhaps we should bring explosives in case we need to crash it or bring it down in some way.
1, you have Demona. 2,
All right.
Demona has C4.
All right, we're good.
3, I can summon heaven fire.
Yeah, but
Onyx just
would
cracks
that
on
blow up?
knuckles.
Yeah, see, Onyx could just punch a hole in it until it falls down.
4, we have Onyx.
That's the expertise that we needed. You never know
Or
what you
Onyx will
need it for,
fest
but you can always figure a way to use it.
Sorry, I just like saw this giant paragraph of text.
Oh, from Gruk.
Copy and paste is my friend, and Zoom is not a friend of a lot of text.
Copy paste is my passion.
Well, I'm ready to go see what's up there.
So,
Let's get going.
who
Hope it's like a
was
biomechanics.
donning a jetpack?
Passion.
Oh, no.
Cyberus.
Actually, wait.
What, do you have like flying or something?
Kat, did I ever get those tattoos done? I request because I remember asking. What's that? Let me look up.
I'll say yeah, because it's been a few days.
Okay. Scratch that. I don't need a jetpack.
You don't need one, but do want one.
No.
But it's like a million tiny explosions on your back.
I mean, Onyx could
What
also
is
say, I'm
wrong
just
with
gonna like drop
That's what
and
Demona
just
likes.
like not fire the jetpack, but
Yes.
I think Onyx is gonna take one anyway, just in case she misses.
Yeah, we don't know what's
I'm
going to be
just
up
gonna
there. We might have
pin-
to like fly sideways for
Yeah.
a few feet.
Come on.
I'm gonna pin it in our chat just so you remember
Okay.
it.
Thank you, because I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, out of
Yeah.
character for Onyx.
Okay.
With the jetpack, you could do a superhero landing punch for like every time you go in for a charge.
Oh my god.
Or we could fall faster than falling.
You can break the sound barrier while going down.
Oh my
You
god.
can do an uppercut and you literally lift yourself and your target up a few feet.
I'm just like, I'm gonna increase fall damage, y'all. Fucking try me. I'm gonna pile drive the ground.
Jetpack straight downwards.
I
fist
will
first.
hit the ground harder. I will break Radix, Cat. Don't tempt us.
So,
I do have resistance to bludgeoning damage. So that's good.
I have a Revivify.
I have Soul Cake. Oh wait, never mind. That won't help.
I got nothing. You're on your own.
Nobody dies on my watch.
so I will say
Heroes
that
never die.
activating the jetpack require. Sorry, a bug just fucking landed on me. Activating
Also-
the.
Never mind.
Sorry, what's up?
I was just gonna say, tell Kevin I said hi.
A
Was
bug
he-
landed
did
on
he-
you. Tell Kev he said
bug.
hi.
That's why I'd kind of stopped myself after. Yeah, sorry.
Activating the jetpack is it would be an action. I'll say you guys can, if you jump out of the thing, you can use your reaction to activate that action effectively. So how far above the storm does Demona want to direct this thing to fly, her helicopter to fly?
What's the range on the packs? Is it 60 feet or?
So it grants you a fly speed of, just to make life easier, I think I'll say 30. Yeah. A fly speed of 30. If you're dropping in free fall, it's a lot faster than that.
So
I think we
yes,
should-
my next question is, what is terminal velocity with a jetpack in D&D?
So you
Ultraman?
so you drop when you're just in free fall. You can drop about 500 feet per round.
No, I guess there's no reason not to go to about 450 then. 450 above it.
If we know where we're landing, we can just drop slowly the whole time. Depending on what's there. We
The
still
thing
need
is,
to figure out
I
what's
don't
there.
want Pequod to be in range of anything that's coming close to that. And
Oh, yeah, that's
we
true.
can get close enough to it with a single round to be able to get close enough to do anything that we are thinking of trying on this thing. So there's absolutely no reason to do it close to the max, have more than enough room to either fall below it and come up from above, or just pile drive right on top of it. Plus, that gets me well within range to do what I'm planning.
I see.
So
Step one, we have to find it.
it's kind of hard to miss.
The,
I mean, the giant
we
cloud.
don't know. Well, the cloud, yeah, but something might be in the cloud that we're not even sure about.
Yeah, again, the cloud, you can tell that there's something in there. You're assuming it's probably a couple of different vehicles, but judging exactly where they are is very difficult.
Would it be too much interference, but could I use like sense degradation to maybe get like a general idea about which direction the most corrupted spot would be? Like maybe that would be the fray? I know it's we're stretching
so-
how it's written to use that skill, but
So your
Just-
range on there is too hard to narrow it down, but I'll say as you get closer, basically when you're above it and in free fall, you would be able to pinpoint pretty much almost exactly where that fray is,
okay.
if there is one in there.
All right, that's good.
Um,
Though we don't know if it's on a ship or if they're even on ships.
Well, I have an
Sure.
idea for that. But
Oh, yeah?
I do want to go ahead and state this just outright. When we do our whole Captain America bullshit, especially me since I'm not going with the pack, I'm casting fly before I jump out of the back of the fucking helicopter.
okay, remember, fly is concentration.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I'm fully aware.
So if I slap you on the back to like cheer us on, that might be bad.
Backslap isn't gonna do it.
You actually need to take damage. Yeah.
Does 1 point of damage. Demona fails check.
If Onyx slaps your back, that's a problem.
But no, I have one thing that I would want to do within 150 feet of the target, but that's going to be for free fall. It's nothing we have to worry about right now.
Okay, so give me a second while I do a very quick sketch of what your surroundings look like,
Oh, good. I like this sort
just
of
so
thing.
we have a visual representation of what we're looking at. And how far above the cloud did you want to be? 450?
450 to give us enough time to drop and do whatever maneuvers everyone's thinking of.
Okay. So, as y'all prepare to jump out of this moving or out of a helicopter, is there anything you guys would like to do?
That is a good
Yes.
question.
Remind me
Let's
what-
see.
Aside from planning my last will and testament, I would also like to prepare to cast a spell when I'm in 150 feet range of the center of this particular cloud.
We have no idea what type of creatures may be in there, do we?
No.
Okay.
Kat, I love your art.
Oh, I need to check that.
It is a masterpiece. I've never drawn a helicopter before.
I'm a little suspicious of the chopper, but otherwise, it's a work of art.
It's literally a post-it note, bro. I drew it 2 seconds ago.
I think if you put that on
that-
a stone tablet 100 years from now, or 1,000 years from now, people would know what you mean.
I'm with Sage there. That does look a little sus.
Oh, because
There we go. Now you figured it out.
God, I'm slow.
R
For
slash
y'all at
whoosh.
home, it looks a little bit like a the fuck is that game called?
Among Us.
A
An
crew
Among
member.
Us scene.
Oh, I would cast prestidigitation on my clothes to make them warm because we're going to be up in the sky.
Valid, yeah.
I
So-
cast enhance ability on myself, and
Okay.
I'm going to use the bear one or whatever that gives you temporary HP.
So for context, reminder, this cloud that you guys are going to be approaching is 500 feet off the ground, and you're going to be dropping from 450 above it. I don't know how far up. I don't remember what they're called. The like real life equivalent of what y'all are attempting. I don't think it's.
Halo.
I think it's
Halo?
drops?
definitely higher than
No, Halo is way
Yeah, it's way higher than that, but-
Halo.
But they don't have jetpacks; they have helicopter or parachutes.
I do want to ask one quick question
Mhm.
because I'm very suddenly concerned.
Mhm.
Is Gruk shape-shifting into a bear to do this?
Okay,
Halo
never
drop?
mind. Not that. I'm going to go with cat's grace. So I'm wild shaped into a harpy. So essentially, it's Gruk, but he's got bird feet and he's got bird wings now. And cat's grace is the dexterity one for this spell called enhance ability, where you pick one of the core stats and each one does something different. So cat's grace gives me advantage on dex checks, and I don't take damage from falling 20 feet or less. So I know this is a lot more than that, but you know, better than nothing. Do you want to say that we're like normal troop jump height above this thing instead of 450?
I mean,
I
we're not
am
using
thinking that-
parachutes. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah,
using
you're not
parachutes, so-
using parachutes is one thing, and it is based on a spell that does have like an upper limit. So
Okay.
And I think
if you
none
want to
of us
go
have done
higher
this
than that,
before.
you can. But you don't have to. But also reminder that falling damage hurts a lot more now, y'all.
How much would the falling damage be if we fell the 950 feet and hit the ground?
I'm dead. You rolled one on every dice, it would be... How much hit points do you have? It's probably that many dice.
So for a reminder, a recap. The way that we're doing falling damage in in this game is that we're using the Pathfinder 2e damage, where anytime you fall more than 5 feet, you take damage equal to half the distance fallen. So falling that 950 feet would be 475 damage.
And Onyx
Yeah,
can
so
So
have
we need to
that.
get down below 400
Yeah,
health.
that would still hurt.
Would definitely hurt, yeah.
There's knights down there that can
Might
res you.
tickle a little.
The proselytizer may just resurrect all of us.
Feel sorry for any cat in that landing area.
Oh yeah.
There
Well,
are no
they
cats down there.
They ran away because of the storm.
No, there is nothing out there. Occasionally, you'll see like wild animals wandering the borders of Del Diablo. There is nothing out here, considering it's also basically hurricane weather.
There is one cat right above there. A catastrophe.
There are sometimes bears, but they're not animals. They're people bears. So you got to be watching out for that.
Anyway,
That's related to Cyberus's backstory that nobody knows about. I told you, but it never came up in a game.
I'm aware, but it sounds very different the way you just described it. You can
Well, there was a bear
you can-
involved.
portray very differently.
Sorry, the cogs just clicked.
Can't you can, I could even you could even like very nicely add like another layer to that, because the terminal velocity of a human is reached after roughly 12 seconds, so 2 rounds. So if you fall 2 rounds, you reach maximum damage, which is still 500 damage because you fall 1,000 feet in that time.
I think this would be smart if everybody would roll initiative just to see who does what first.
I have advantage.
Okay.
Forgot how
This
this
time I'm
works.
remembering it.
22.
You got a feeling like you're 22?
Cyberus got 10.
Yep,
Oof.
tracks.
That does track.
That's pretty high for Cyberus.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I
is.
was gonna
Am I
say.
fucking dick nuggets. I'm me though.
Of course you are.
Oh, did the storm roll real low?
Yes.
I have no idea what's going on there, but we're gonna find out.
We're gonna
Assuming
find
there's-
out in a moment.
What if there's nothing in the storm at all, and this is all just us planning for something that doesn't exist?
Here's
We
the
all-
thing.
We all got high on passion supply.
Hey,
The entire city is just hallucinating.
you should see the fucking vape cloud Passion just made.
I mean, to be
'Cause
fair,
that's how weed
That'd be
works.
insidious.
the entire apartment building that most of them live at is covered in an atrocious amount of weed.
If we lit that, it would be just like that one mission in
It's-
Far Cry 3.
It's such a level of sticky icky that if you lean against the wall, you can get stuck on it.
I'm just remembering that like old shit video footage of a newscaster that's standing in front of a bonfire where they were burning a shitload of drugs, and he's like trying to report on it, but it's blowing upwind, so he just starts giggling while giving a report.
Yes.
One of my favorites that I've seen about that, huge drug bust. You see all of these bricks and everything just laying in the center of the photo. One of the fat cops behind in the back right corner has an oddly square stomach.
Yeah.
That tracks.
So, Gruk, due to your spell, you are the fastest to react in this moment. What do you want to do?
Oh,
You can hold your action to jump out of the helicopter.
would
if you'd like.
initiative count as a dex check?
Yes.
It's technically not a dex check, it's an initiative check.
Yeah, I thought it was different. I did not roll advantage for it originally. So
Either way, you're still first.
I guess I swoop down. Wings close to body and straight for it.
All right. So,
Let's see what's my fly speed. Fly speed's 40, and I'm assuming everyone jetpacks is going to be faster than me.
so the jetpacks are just to make life easier. I said they're just 30. If you are doing like free fall and then turning on the jetpack, you get to the storm this round.
Okay, then I would do that as a harpy, but with my wings.
Okay. So you sort of tip out of the helicopter and just drop into free fall. The wind just whipping past you, and you can feel the little tidbits of corruption up against you. It's this strange, like, sort of dichotomy of very, very cold and very hot at the same time all over you. It's not enough to really do much to you just because you've grown very used to corruption. But you can definitely sense it. And then you pass into this cloud.
Does it look like it's affecting the staff at all, just from the area? Like,
You
does the
can-
corruption look like it's going into the gem, or is it like being repulsed by it, or look like I'm about to
you-
explode?
Those colors in the staff are growing much more vibrant, and like the radius of that they extend is much larger. It definitely seems like it's being affected. It's hard to tell exactly in what way. Partially because you are falling at 500 feet, or falling at 100 feet a second. Partially because you haven't taken an action to like really study it. You drop down, you pass into the clouds, and it's suddenly very hard to see because you are in a cloud. It's basically filled with mist. It's almost heavily considered effectively heavily obscured. Is that a thing in this edition?
Yes, it is.
But you definitely hear something outside the normal traditional sounds of a hurricane. Gruk is familiar enough with natural weather to understand what a storm should sound like. It sounds like engines. And that's sort of
when I would try to balance myself out as my ready to action.
Okay, yeah. You throw your wings out and catch a little bit of air, and you feel that sort of staticky pins and needles feeling of corruption being very, very close. And the closest thing you can compare it to are the times that you go to that you create a fray and step into dark radix. It's similar to that. You feel like you're probably near one.
And nothing I can really do as a bonus action, so I guess it's my turn.
What's your passive perception?
I have blind sense out 30 feet. And
You
my
have
passive
blind sense.
And my passive is 14.
Okay. So you actually just basically focusing on what's around you, the sound of the engines contrasting with the sound that the storm is making.
It is echolocation too, so
you can tell that the nearest one of these like vehicles is maybe about 15 feet or so from where you came in. It's not that far. These things are very large. They're taking up a huge portion of this cloud. Pretty much like couldn't fit much more anything more in here other than, you know, the handful of people. So you can easily enough get to that.
I would start heading that way at the end of my turn.
Okay. Passion. You see Gruk drop out of the helicopter and disappear into the cloud.
Cool. Passion's gonna drop down too.
Okay. You fall and make your way into the cloud with everything completely obscured. You hear that sound that isn't quite the sound of a storm. It sounds more tech-based, probably engines. But you're not entirely sure where they would be comparatively.
Mm-hmm.
You, however, very absently do not feel any of the effects of the corruption.
Sweet.
Even
so yeah,
the pins and needles feeling, that's normal.
And I'm just gonna drop and wait until I see something I can land on.
Okay. I'll say... Yeah, so at the moment you don't feel anything that you could land on, but you do have your wing, either your wings or your jetpack active, whichever one.
Wings, not the jetpack. She didn't bother with. Well, not even wings. She has. She's literally just gonna float down. Remember, because I got those as tattoos.
Oh, like Princess Peach.
Pretty much, but
you have like an umbrella.
No, it's a tattoo.
But you're in a storm. You need an umbrella in a storm.
No, I know. Too cool for an umbrella.
What do you want to do?
Onyx also hops out of the helicopter and drops into the storm cloud.
Okay. You drop like a bag of rocks, and it's exciting, a little bit scary, higher up than last time, and make your way into this cloud, and you can feel that sort of oppressive, tingly feeling all over yourself. And you definitely hear something that's not a storm, but you haven't like touched it, you haven't hit it. Effectively, for each of you guys, I'm rolling to see if you are close enough from where you land, if you're actually making contact with these things or not.
And yeah, Onyx would activate her jetpack inside of the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
And do I hear those things?
Mm-hmm.
Because then she would actually more or less try to more rely on her hearing than on her eyesight, because she's a Rai and hey, they have good hearing. And she's going to try and find this thing.
Okay.
Look with your special eyes.
Special ears.
Your special eyes.
Yeah, so it was your action or your action and reaction to activate the backpack. If you wanted, you could use Step of the Wind to try and move around with and find these things, or you can just wait till next pass when everybody's here.
Yeah, but Step of the Wind also costs one of my precious key points, so I'm not going to do that for now.
She wants to keep those.
Demona, what would you like to do?
I would like to drop to 150 feet within the center of this thing as best as I can guess. Go ahead and pull up using fly.
Before you go, could you hand me some C4? Or point me
So
to the
like
shelf,
into the center
shelf.
of the cloud?
Just towards the center. And yeah, if Cyberus wants a brick of C4, I can certainly give it to him.
Just in case, you never know.
Yeah. You know, technically considering everything, I'm effectively casting myself as a fireball, aren't I? Anyways, 150 feet out from the center of that storm, I want to use Sunburst.
Okay, so there is a thing. I feel like to wrap your spells around your allies, you might have to see them. You do know that not all of them are in here at the moment, but just so you're aware.
She knows Cyberus is safe, and that's all that matters.
I don't think you need to technically see them, but you do need to know where they're at. So, like, if you know they're within that 5 square area.
When you cast an evocation spell that affects a creature you can see.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, fam.
So they already made it into the storm before I could do anything.
Yeah.
Damn it. I'm banking on that.
Rip and pepperoni.
Ooh,
You
pepperoni.
did see where they went in, so you could like aim toward the other side and try and miss them with the radius of it. You wouldn't hit everything, but you at least wouldn't hit your allies.
What spell are you casting again?
Sunburst. It's a 60-foot radius.
That's the big boy.
Oh yeah, damn.
Well, forgive me, Vex. I'm trying not to play this like Zora and Talura.
Hey, go for it.
Well, you're not the only one in this scenario.
Go for it.
Okay. I have to ask this as a meta question then. Everybody that's in the storm, would you care if I dropped to Sunburst?
I think the more important question is
What?
Demona care.
Scotty, I couldn't hear Hera because of you.
What?
Okay, Piccolo. What were you saying, Hera?
I think the more important question is, would Demona care?
Yeah, is she confident in her party?
You know what? You say that, and the other two people of her guild are not in the cloud. Sorry, fam. I'm casting Sunburst.
Okay. So
I need con saves, please.
Oh, I'm good at those.
It's 12d6.
I don't think you could die from this passion.
I don't have that many d6.
what's your
Wait,
DC?
Did somebody
18.
cast fly? That is
Demona had fly, so
Demona
Demona's
had
safe.
fly.
Yes.
She's probably gonna miss herself with this.
That would be funny if she fucking shoots herself out of the air.
And at least
Lesson
I go
for
out
next
a ball
time.
of fire, a ball of glory.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
This
Oh,
new
crap.
snake picture I took today at the zoo.
Of
He's
course.
not
Ooh.
solid enough.
Oh, he's like smiling.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It
All
was very
right,
dark
so
in there.
He's like, I'm shy. Don't take a picture.
12d6 radiant damage.
Yes. And even 50. Oh, wait, no, I can add my evocation. It is evocation. I can
Jesus.
add my intellect. So that's straight 50 plus another 5. So 55.
Okay.
And I need to roll to make sure
So-
I can keep my ass in the air. Hey, 19. I'm still flying.
Okay. So you were taking damage from that.
For me,
Yeah, why are you rolling to see if you can still fly?
concentration.
You only need to roll concentration if you take damage.
Or if you
Oh, yeah.
or if you cast another concentration spell.
Nope, you don't have to roll for concentration. You just lose concentration.
Yeah.
You can only have
Yeah,
one.
shit.
I learned that one the hard way with the one shot on a bard on.
As long as you don't take damage, you don't have to roll, because honestly, you could not succeed this roll. You can't,
Yeah.
because the DC is either 10 plus the spell level or
Half the damage.
half the damage, and you just did over 25 damage.
Okay, so if that's the case, I can.
But
I
you're
can at
fine
least-
because you didn't actually take any damage
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, see, that's where I was getting confused because I thought I had to roll to save to keep my ass afloat, and two, I thought you were telling me that I had to roll to prevent damage from myself.
If the
No,
DM
we
wants
are-
to be a dick, they can make you roll concentration checks for specific environmental hazards, but most don't do that.
Okay.
But no, we were just making jokes that you shoot yourself out of the sky.
I mean,
No, what would be is if, say, Passion had been doing that, and then she took 55 damage, she falls. Like, that's what happens. Because you can't
And
succeed it. But yeah.
along with that radiant damage, anyone that took the damage is blinded.
Took it.
How much
or
was
did-
that?
Yeah, anybody
Is
that
it
didn't
eight?
pass their save.
Okay,
Okay,
hang on.
that's very specific.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apologies. And it was a total of 55 radiant damage, Scotty.
Okay.
Guess
Alright.
who
Who-
failed their constitution save?
who all-
One of the things I'm actually really good at, I have a +9, but I
Reminder, you
Ooh.
have the hero points.
Who all gets hit by this? Gridmaster. Because they are firing
so-
this blind.
So all of you that were in it would get hit by it because it's a 60-foot radius in every direction. And I will say that all of you that are in the cloud, as actually all of you, fucking everybody, can very clearly see this cloud lit from within, and you see the outline of this sort of this gargantuan vehicle that looks, it has wings, it has like, I don't know what the ass end of a plane is. It
tail?
looks very much
Tail.
yes.
Finn,
I'm tired. Okay, y'all.
Fins for water.
My brain is going propeller, and I'm like, nope, that ain't it. Nope.
Now you're still thinking of Quad.
it could have a propeller. You're the DM.
And
fuck
it
up one.
definitely based on the so those of you inside the cloud can very clearly see based on the doors. It looks like there's probably people in there. Most of them probably having a bad day.
They're about to have an even worse day.
Does the hero point work the same way as it does in mutants and masterminds? So I get a +10.
I think in this one it replaces what you rolled, so it's 10 plus whatever your stat is,
Okay.
your con save.
Well, even if I
advantage?
used a hero point, I'd definitely would not make that.
What's your spell save DC,
18.
Demona?
18.
matched it.
Yeah.
18.
Yes, 18.
Okay, so I do pass it.
Oh,
So
cool.
27 damage then.
Yep.
And you are
Alright,
not blinded.
And,
I'm
and
not
I
blinded,
take
but it's,
no. You say she saved. So if you save, you don't get blinded.
Yes. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not blinded.
yeah.
I take 13 points of damage from that because I reduce it by half twice.
That's nice.
It is nice. I'm sorry, Scotty.
Aasimars.
So Cyberus is looking down at all this. What is he? What kind of ship is this? What's he see? This big
Uh,
flash of light.
Yeah, so you see these 3 different ships, and I'll say actually, the 3 different ships, and you very clearly see a fray that you recognize. For the rest of you guys in the oof. Sorry, I just looked at the chat. The rest of you guys can see this outline of it doesn't look like much. You can't see much color from here just because, y'all just got blinded by a huge flashlight. But Cyberus, you definitely can tell the outline of a fray within the center of these 3 ships. One of them is disabled or is very heavily damaged, but still up. It's taken like a beating, but still fine. The other 2 look like they're bad. Like there's smoke coming out of engines. That you can those of you that are in the cloud for a split second saw people panicking inside the cabins, running around.
Do they all look the same?
All three of the ships look the same, yeah.
Okay.
I was curious if you were asking about the ships or the people there.
Well, I probably can't see the people from.
What color are their
450 feet
shirts,
aloft.
Cat?
You can't tell.
Doesn't matter what color. They're all red
No.
shirts now, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So that's Demona's turn, yeah.
I mean, I did exactly what I wanted to
No.
do. Hit him with a
Is
fireball,
Gruk now
light
in
up the
free
sky.
fall?
What?
Is Gruk now in free fall?
Oh, did it knock him
So-
out of wild shape?
Mm-hmm.
Whose
Do we
turn
need to
is it?
resolve that?
No, we're in initiative. Whose turn is it?
Oh, that's right.
That's a good question. Give me a second
I
to
believe
find it.
Demona just went. That's what all this was about.
And
Yeah,
I'm last,
Cyberus,
so it's
you're
me.
up.
So I look down, I see the ships. Is the fray like between them in midair?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll whisper into comms, I'm going for the fray. And I'll pull my goggles down and jump out of the plane.
Okay.
Helicopter. The plane helicopter.
Planecopter.
And I'll hold my action, I guess, to get close to the fray to activate the jetpack. My
Okay.
goal is to hover next to it and then try to close it.
Question: the goggles that you have, are they magical?
Technically, they're technological dark vision goggles.
Okay, I will say mechanically that does allow you to see it through here a bit better. You do see the fray. You also see Gruk falling.
No longer a
Um,
heartbeat.
He's fine.
Very singed.
I know he has like 80,000 different ways he can fly. He could be 800 crows. I can't catch someone who's falling because all I can do is fall.
Yeah, you can't be fun. He's like way ahead of you. You can't.
Yeah,
be
he's like
fun.
500 feet below me.
Oh yeah, my wild shape. Wild shape soaks a lot of that damage, doesn't it?
Yeah, wild ships would soak all that damage.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not
No.
under. I'm not where I said I was in chat. It's fine.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
didn't soak all the damage. You take the excess.
Any
damage that
excess.
goes-
Yeah, it bleeds over. Okay.
Bleeds over. There's no health gate with wild shape. That would be fun.
That would
Yeah,
be
but
bullshit,
you can.
though.
Red take 8,000 damage and fine.
The goggles look cool.
You definitely can make your way to that fray, and as you get close to it, you can see that the other side of it is this weird rolling mass of it. At first, you see what looks like a ice-covered mountain, and then it literally flows, like almost like you're watching a painting moving around, flowing around. And you see this rush of river water that then turns to rolling molten lava. Whatever's on the other side of this fray is much more volatile than the areas of Dark Radix that you've been to. What do you want to do?
Well, I think it would take my action and stuff to get to it with the jetpack, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I would
So
set
you are
myself to
next
be,
to it.
yeah, like hover mode. Close enough so I can touch it next turn.
So, on their turns, the storm absolutely is cacophonous around all of you. Let's see. How much of a dick do I want to be? How many of you are in the storm right now? 4?
Everybody?
Technically everybody right now. Technically, I haven't moved.
Maybe
Oh, yeah.
Demona not. I think Demona might not be.
No,
No,
Demona
it's
went
like-
into it. Demona went into it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you shaped the spell around yourself, right?
Right?
You're muted.
Yeah, she might not. She might not be here. He might not be here at the moment. So, inside this storm,
Oh, wait for it. We got another masterpiece coming.
another masterpiece.
Aren't you drawing?
No, I was looking for my GM sheet, my
Oh,
GM screen.
shit.
There's a picture of 3 airships in there. Oh, no.
Onyx, if
Yes.
you could give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Is this effect I can see coming?
Yes.
Then I get advantage. Important.
100 laser guns.
That's a 20, dirty.
Okay, nice. So you actually, you don't actually see it coming as much as feel it. You feel that same sort of uncomfortable pins and needles feeling of corruption change into a feeling of static electricity. And you've felt this before. That's the oh, I'm a big ass rock in a goddamn lightning storm. And are able to sort of propel yourself backwards just by fair inches as this lightning bolt strikes past you and down to the ground past where Gruk is starting to fall. You don't take any damage from a lightning bolt. The rest of you
I didn't
see...
even need to take evasion for that.
Yeah, it was a hit or miss. The two of these vehicles that are much more damaged the doors open and people start spewing out of them. Some of them look like have like possibly jetpacks, some have parachutes, and they are going to start wailing on all of you. And then the one ship that is less damaged is going to fire on that one is going after Passion. So I need Passion to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
All right. That'll be a 28.
Jesus.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah, you see this missile just zoom past you and out of the cloud and maybe probably hit Del Diablo. But it's hard to tell outside of what outside of this is looking like because it's hard to tell what's happening inside. And as well inside the cloud, I'm gonna probably just resolve these as saving throws because that makes life easier. Cyberus and Demona, if I could get 2 dexterity saving throws as the soldiers that are pouring out of this vehicle using jetpacks are firing on you with guns.
2 each or 1 each?
1 each.
Quick question: are any of them blinded?
Good call. Make that an
Ooh.
advantage.
Thank you.
Good, thank you.
I'm sorry, I just lit off a giant solar flare. I'm just
No,
making
you're right.
sure.
You're right.
I got a 12.
All right, Krillin.
Hey,
That was
hey,
the better of two.
there were other people other than Krillin that did that. Don't sell me that short.
That
okay?
should have worked all the way through the feature of that entire series.
Krillin wishes Solar Flare actually did damage.
I mean, it did work on Frieza. He got away
You
from
should-
Frieza's third form.
How come he never
They
flared?
They didn't
and
do
missed?
damage though, just blinds. That's
Right.
the whole point.
But
It just
saved
did
his life.
emotional damage. Because he got Krillin.
Anyway,
Krillin always gets Krillin. It's 21 for my safe.
All right. So,
We should hijack one of these ships and keep it.
Demona, you take 10 points of piercing damage. As you can tell, these guys are having a difficult time actually, like, they're doing much more spray and pray and just hoping to hit something at this point, considering the ship they're in is currently falling out of the fucking sky slowly. Cyberus, what did you get?
I got a 12.
Okay, for you, that's 20 damage.
Are these corrupted creatures?
They're actually not.
Oh, bummer.
Oh wow, regular soldiers up against us.
Well,
At
if they're
least at the
corrupted, I'd take
moment.
half damage.
You're guessing probably another round or so in the storm though, and they'll be corrupted.
All right. Well, they almost got through my temp.
That's their turn. Gruk, you start plummeting.
Gruk plummets through the clouds in free fall, and there's a moment where he's just not there. Use an action off screen, and then as my move, flying out through the clouds in a roar is a B-Rex soldier that comes flying up as I cast polymorph on myself.
Nice. Okay.
And I'm flying towards the ship, and I'm a very angry Biosaurus Rex.
Which one? There are 2 that are
I-
very damaged.
I
and one that's
assumed it
fine.
was the vehicle
Doing better.
that did like some crazy flare self-defense because I was flying towards it.
Valid.
The closest one. Because right now my intelligence, because it's polymorph, not wild shape. My intelligence is 5.
I'm having flashbacks to the time I was a T-Rex in hell.
Yeah, that was fun. Anytime you can polymorph someone into a T-Rex, always do it.
Yeah. Passion, what would you like to do?
Well, I see one of all the ships, right?
Yeah.
And I see that one of them looks pretty healthy. The other look pretty shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go for the healthy one. I'm gonna try and land on it.
Okay. I'll say it's easy enough. They're really fucking big. You guys all saw very easily where they were. You can land on the wing, and sort of hobble your way, partially blindly, to what? What do you want to do once you land?
Well, why would it be partially blinded?
Because you're still in the storm, so you're not
True, yeah.
you're not actively blind, but it's hard to see anything other than literally the ground you're currently touching.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna just
Wasn't
try.
the storm partially like parted by the spell for a moment?
It was basically illuminated. The idea of like you could see through the clouds, but right now it's blocking the sunlight from getting to where you guys are. If that makes any
Alright.
sense.
But yeah, either way, I will just head towards. Well, I'll just keep following the wing until I can try and find a way in.
Yeah, I'll say that with your movement, you can easily enough get to what feels like is a like the seam of where a door would be, and also you can feel glass.
I'm gonna punch the glass.
Go for it.
I'm gonna pull an Onyx here.
I hope she's wearing
Roll an
shoes.
attack.
That will be my 1 sec actions. Come on, there we go. I'll just say I'm using my Deadly Accessory. That'll be a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that is, yes.
I was about to say I don't think Passion can like do it just with a normal strength, just punch through like a auto.
I do have unarmed attacks.
Maybe then. I don't know.
You forget that
Onyx,
Henshin get
Do you
unarmed
really
attacks.
though?
Henshin get unarmed attacks.
So, roll your damage. And you're going after the one that's doing better, right?
Yes, the best, the one that looks the healthiest.
Yeah.
All right, and I will. So I did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 force damage, if that matters.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you definitely hear that glass smash and hear shouting from within. Somebody yelling, "Fuck! What the fuck is that? Get her! Get her off! Shoot her in the face!"
Oh my god, all I see is glass and blood.
Honestly, that's kind of terrifying because Passion is dressed in her Henshin uniform, so they're just in this terrifying storm cloud. Nightmarish. There is a just portal to the equivalent of nightmare hell outside the window, and then this cute ass girl that's like what 5'0" in a short pink skirt,
Cute ass
and
demon
punches
girl.
the
A tiny,
fuck
cute
out
little
of the
pretty
window.
princess.
Punches the fuck out of their window.
Yeah.
And then while I'm here, I might as well. I'm just gonna use a bonus action to heal myself.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm gonna take some damage next turn.
Good
Not
bet.
even next turn. This turn.
Good bet. Yeah.
All right. I heal back 9 HP.
Okay. Onyx, what would you like to do? You did see.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Can I see the bridge of the healthy ship, or of any ship for that matter?
Yeah, so you were able to see like which ways they were oriented. If they were to move, you would lose certain tracks of them, but it looked like they were kind of hovering because there's not a lot of maneuverability in here.
Okay, because then I want to do something here.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I'm going to fly to the bridge of the healthy ship.
Uh-huh.
And because I also want to use one of my magical tattoos. One that I have is basically the one that is equivalent to the ring of the ram.
Yes.
However, in her case, it's not styled after like a ram head, but it's a mastodon, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
And the tattoo is like on like one of her arms. It's like a basically a mastodon sleeve of like a mastodon there.
All right,
let me just
so-
pull up the ring of the ram because it's It's exactly that. I just need
How
to
many
find it.
charges do you want to do? It's 3
Yes.
charges. For each charge you spend, the target takes 2d10 force damage. And is pushed 5 feet away from you. You're a fucking superhero. You can push a fucking plane.
I mean, I want to basically like punch through the glass. I just want
Yeah.
to make it very cinematic.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna use 1 charge. That should be enough, right? Like for my general.
Yeah, it would definitely be enough to get into the cabin. It undoubtedly it probably wouldn't be enough to like completely incapacitate the vehicle, but you could at least get into the cabin.
I'm curious. The Ring of the Ram, there's no size thing for the shove, so you could do it to the entire thing if you wanted.
Yes, you can punch a Tarask with that.
It says a creature, and
This would be a vehicle.
yeah, technically the one I'm using it
Awaken
does
it.
have vehicle stats, but whatever, it's cool. So go ahead, roll a d20 plus 7.
Oh, that's the wrong die. Actually, you know what? No, fuck it. We're using all 3 charges. Fuck it.
Yes, yes. I'm Hera. I'm saying like, please use all of your charges just to fucking bulldoze this.
That's a 25.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And it's 2d10 per charge, right?
Yep, so 60-10.
That's 4. Oh, I have exactly 60-10. Coincidence? I think not. Wait, I actually have more than 60-10. But I don't have more charges, so irrelevant. Ooh, ow. let me get my math. That's 2 10s right here. The lowest I rolled is a 5. That's 45 damage.
So, how does Onyx enter this cabin? Because she's in there now.
So I imagine she just like flies towards it, and while she's like flying towards it, she like just uses her like her magic tattoo, and like this giant spectral like mastodon like appears like just in front of this bridge cabin and just like smashes into the glass, and right as it smashes through, Onyx flies right in.
This poor fucking pilot. They look out the one window and see Henshin girl from hell that just punched their window that's made of like ballistic glass. And then they look forward and a fucking spectral ram encasing a gigantic bullet woman is rocketing towards them and then just completely obliterates the windshield. Onyx, you can land in the center here just fine, or you could land on one of these assholes. I'll let you do that if you'd like, because that's funny as shit.
I'm landing on one of these assholes.
Yeah. So I'll say he takes a good bit of damage. The console, you partially landed on it and it is thrashed. The like control wheel is on the floor. As well as the guy who you broke his fucking chair.
What's up, fuckers?
Yeah, you don't think this thing is going to be staying in the air very much longer.
Oh, that's the point.
So I think that's Onyx's turn, yeah?
Yep, that's Onyx's turn.
Demona, what would you like to do?
I have a bit of a thing against people shooting at me. So
Understandable.
I think I'm going to hit the entire squad with Sickening Radiance.
Okay. It is 2 vehicle squads, so you can hit one whole of them. I don't know how big the radius of Sickening Radiance is.
30-foot radius sphere.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite big enough for both. Because the other one was 60 feet, I think.
Did this also throw the ship like 15 feet off course?
15 feet straight down.
Yeah, so I'll say...
Or did it just dislocate? Like
it did start to go to the side. It's entirely up to Onyx whether she believes that it is because she hit it that hard. Realistically, it's probably because you destroyed the pilot's control and he jerked and it kind of went that way before you tore the wheel off.
He was
But
jerking.
either way, it's not going to be staying in the air for much longer. So, Demona, what are you doing?
Just double checking one thing and really wishing I had meta magic so I could do 2 of these at the same time. Plans for later. Can't even upcast it. That sucks. So yeah, I'll just hit an entire squad with Sickening Radiance.
All right, what save do they need?
They need another con save, ironically.
There's going to be missiles and bodies falling down on those knights.
Yeah, they
Well,
are.
That's their job to deal with that at that point.
They knew what they were signing up for. It's 4d10. I think I have enough 4d10s.
I swear to God, this rainbow dice literally only rolls really high or really garbo.
It's always
Either
fun.
get an 18
That's
or
exciting.
higher, or nothing higher than a 6. So, half of them utterly failed. Half of them did pass.
Okay. 22 radiant damage for the ones that failed, and they all have an additional level of exhaustion.
Fantastic. What does level
Unfortunately,
1 of
it's-
exhaustion do? Not much.
Not much.
I think it gives you disadvantage.
Disadvantage on ability checks, yeah.
Yeah, so like skill checks, but not attacks.
Yeah.
That being said, I can use the remainder of my turn to move. I have a 60-foot fly speed. Cyberus, where were you in all of this?
Cyberus is next to the fray, which I believe is the central point between all 3 of them.
Uh-huh.
He's looking at that like some sort of superhero.
Like a steak.
He's not going to eat it. It's got
I'm
lava
gonna
in
eat
there.
it.
I mean, if you gave me the
forbidden
option-
syrup.
If you
Wait
gave
a
me the
second.
option,
I completely forgot about something else that I have that I believe has a bonus action that I can use. Bear with me just a moment while I find the damn thing again. Unless, Kat, you remember offhand what my trench coat is.
No.
that coat that has like a ladder on it and like a boat.
What?
The cape of useful objects or whatever.
The cloak of robe of useful items. I fucking
Okay.
love that one.
So, no, that one's not what I've got. Mine was the Cloak of Shadows.
Uh,
Or at least I believe that's what it was called. I cannot find it for the life of me.
Yeah, I don't know that any of its things were.
mine's a coat of Jean Valjean that I got from the TV studio.
I can't find it for the life of me. I thought I had it on my drive that you shared with me at one point, but I no
Okay,
longer
hang
have
on.
it. I knew that I could hide in shadows, but I can't remember the specifics.
Okay, here we go.
I'm sorry to slow down combat for this.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure. Yeah, so I don't think any of the things it would let you do are bonus action.
Crap.
Just looking at my quick glance at it. Yeah, I think it does let you cast shield once, but that's a reaction.
Oh shit.
But
There it is.
I
It's
do
hidden
think
in
after
half the
this,
document. I got it. Of course. No, you're right. None of them are bonus action.
but remind me after this, I'll try and remember to throw a like actual stats for it in there so we can.
No, I have it. It's Shadow Cloak.
So, I believe that's Demona's turn.
Not just yet. Spend 2 charges to capture shadow of an enemy. I'm sorry. I got to read through this real quick because it doesn't say it's an action or a bonus action.
Yeah, if it doesn't say one or the other, if it doesn't say it's a bonus action, assume it's an action.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And in that case, I will just use all 60 of my movement to get up above where I can, just to try and get some distance on them.
Cyberus, you were able to poke the miniature corruption eye.
I'm going to put the jetpack onto hover mode next to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my bonus action to put my stalwart shield up to protect myself while I'm doing this.
Okay, smart.
And then I will use Cure Corruption to try to close the fray.
All right. So, how many hit points are you going to spend into this? You know, at the most, it would be 90. It could be lower, though.
I'm going to go all in with the 90 because I assume people with 3 airships the size of... Are these helicarrier sized?
Not helicarrier size, more like the Quinjet.
Oh, okay. Still, people with 3 of those probably aren't going to go half measures.
Yeah, these are very...
Better than the P-Quad or whatever?
Yeah, they're tech that you've never seen before. That is far advanced beyond anything you guys have seen.
Maybe there's a science city we can visit after this.
So, you use your action. What does it look like the damage that you take from this as you start to close this this tear?
Did the phrase have like a color? I'm picturing like a purplish edged color. Purple
So
seems like
it
a
depends
crazy
on
color.
exactly where they are. This one is mostly green around it because that's the color that the lightning has been turning. But it can also sometimes be influenced by whatever your magic looks like. If you have like a color theme associated with it.
Okay, so Cyberus will hold his hands up and he'll start to like pull in motes of like greenish purplish light from the thing that slowly get brighter and longer until they're like strands of light, and then it starts streaming into his hands and covering his body and like absorbing it that way. Just like sucking all of the energy out of the phrase till it closes.
Okay.
At great cost to himself.
And you manage to close it up as you're in a lot of pain, but you do feel that pins and needles feeling starting to wear off, at least back down to the normal level that you've become accustomed to living in Del Diablo, where you do. You guys can see that lightning that's going all around does slowly start to shift from that bright neon green to more of a traditional yellowish whitish color. And their turns, they don't know any better. You just closed the big thing. So half of them are going to shoot at you. They are blind. Some of them are blind. Yeah, so I'll say some of the soldiers start shooting at you. It hits your shield and takes like 20 damage off your shield, which is nothing because it has your full hit points. The remainder of them are attempting to shoot at Passion and Onyx. Passion, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw. Onyx, do the same, but at advantage.
29.
Nope. 14, sorry.
Okay. So that's so silly. So I'll say, Passion, you actually see this group of them sort of zipping around to go where Onyx was, considering she did just, take out the big ass nose of this plane. You would take half of 24. Onyx,
kind of
you
damage?
take piercing damage.
Okay.
Onyx, you take 24 points.
Half of 24 because I'm raging.
Okay, yeah.
So 12.
And these planes are falling now. You guys know that you have basically a round to get out of this thing before it hits.
All right.
Gruk, you see that these planes are starting to go down. They're not doing well. Things are going poorly. There are still a lot of those soldiers flitting around in jetpacks, but it doesn't seem like a ton of them are surviving Demona's spells very well. And based on how... Yeah, you're not sure what the fray is doing. You know that Cyberus was there last time you saw him, but you're not 100% sure exactly what's happening because you have a B-Rex intelligence.
Wait, did the fray thing did that cause the so that is receding now, or stopping, or is it still there?
At the moment, the storm is still going.
Okay.
The lightning is less weird.
Yeah. So, Gruk, you are a B-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
You see these planes slowly starting to drop out of the cloud. What do you want to do? You're still aware enough of yourself that you know that at least one of those vehicles had your friends on it, but it's up to you how this B-Rex would react to this.
Are there still any guys on the turrets that are visible?
Yeah, so not on actually, yeah, I'll say there is one guy that you would be able to see in the back end of where that big gun was that was shooting those missiles on the one that was doing fine until Onyx trashed his control panel. He's still in there. It looks like he hasn't gotten out yet, but he's not currently firing at anything because nothing seems to be working.
Well, this poor guy's gonna have a flying B-Rex come right at him with its maw. So, I fly right up to him and I try to nom him.
Yeah, go for it. Roll your attack.
Okay, let's see. Not sure if I'll make it. I have only 3 attacks. This is very weird.
I'll say this is the one where you can't hit the same person with the same attack, right?
I get 1 bite and 2 stinger, but I can't make bite and stinger on the same target.
Yeah, I'll say that you could attempt a stinger on one of the guys with jetpacks.
Okay, I'll do the bite first because that's what I care about.
Yep.
25.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Well, are they medium or smaller?
They're medium.
Okay. Let me bust out online 12 or not 12. Jesus, 60 12s.
Oh, okay.
And they need to give me a strength check. Actually, I think they're just grappled right now. And then they can attempt to escape through that DC. Yeah, no, they're just grappled. There's no check involved. Well, the check will be involved if it somehow survives and tries to get out. So they are restrained while grappled this way. They only take 58 piercing damage.
Yeah, so that whole like there's a chomp and like B-Rex Gruk is like, ooh, that stings, that's a little spicy going down. After the fact you would realize that you just swallowed a shit ton of glass because you just bit this man out of a fucking gunner position.
22 con, I'm fine. And then I guess the stinger. Probably more is like just a reactionary thing. I get 2 attacks, so here we go. Oh wow, and they're both garbage. The lowest was a 14. Does a 14 hit? I doubt.
Actually, yeah, I'll say this one is blinded. Yeah, that hits.
Oh, I might as well re-roll that. Because if I do crit, that does change things. Okay, it was a little higher. I went from a nat 2 to a nat 5. Alright, so, it's
12 to hit? Jesus.
Yeah, they're... You know, he likes to give monsters... He likes to give monsters crazy high ability scores, so...
I mean, they are like CR...
But they are T-Rexes that are CR12, so they're actually probably one of the more... I don't want to say balanced, but they make the more sense. Anyway, I'm pretty sure they're dead. I average 26 piercing damage and 18 poison on each.
Okay. They're not doing great. If they survive this, probably not going to. So, B-Rex Gruk appears out of nowhere, bites the shit out of this guy as this plane falls below him.
I do what B-Rex do. Wreck shit.
The other guy just got a big gaping hole in his chest from a gigantic stinger and is trying to hold this wound in as he's sort of flailing around in a jetpack because he kind of lost control.
Wait. He just took 26 piercing and 18 poison. He's still up?
Oh, no, he's bleeding out.
Okay, I was about to say. I just stung him with a lance. A poison lance.
Passion. You are astride a vehicle that is falling out of the sky. What would you like to do?
The pilot still alive?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. Onyx landed on him when she crashed.
The pilot. So like the window and like the actual vehicle took most of that damage. I basically rolled the damage over. He might survive, but not if he's in here.
Oh, okay, cool. To start this off, I'm going to Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
Is he surviving? Yes. Not anymore. All right, first is a 29 to hit.
Yeah.
That'll deal.
Passion, I have a question. Do you have any bonuses on your Eldritch Blast?
I deal 12 points of damage. Yes, I have the one that does more damage.
Oh, okay.
Is he still alive?
That's the only one?
That's the only one I think I have for that, yeah. Yeah, just agonizing blast.
Yeah, if you hit with the one, he's out.
All right, cool. So he's dead, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my reaction to cast Soul Cage.
Okay. I don't know what that does.
Let's just say I have his soul now in a tiny cage.
You know soul gems in Skyrim?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like
he's now in my my cage.
Cool.
Because then Passion looks at us and says, let's get out of here, and goes and jumps off of it and flies off.
I'm just imagining her being like the super action hero-y one. It's like, let's get out of here, put your arm around her and just jump.
I mean, my other plan, if it was falling even faster, was to stick her in the portable hole.
Who, Onyx?
Yes.
I don't think you can just grab Onyx out of here. She's
I
have something important that I actually want to do that I want to ask before I get out of here. I mean, I will get out of here, but
who are you asking?
Not who. I mean, I am asking the DM something.
Okay. Yeah, so, Passion's gonna take off.
Onyx would look through whatever is left of like the cockpit window, and probably nothing, and see like if this ship, or maybe like also as far if she can like make out the silhouettes or whatever of the others, if any of them would be hitting the city.
It's hard. Actually, yeah. Now, you guys are now out of the cloud. Looking down, now that you guys are out of the cloud, you can definitely see you're going to be hitting at least one of these is hitting the wall. Probably the one you guys are in.
Okay. Because I would like to do something. What I would like to do is, Onyx would like to fly with her jetpack out of the ship, high up, and then basically turn around and just like smash as hard as she can into the front nose of the ship to basically turn it down and make it so that it crashes down faster. I'm still raging. I would assume that would be an athletics check if I can do that at all.
Go for it.
I am willing to take falling damage for that, because Onyx would like try to like limit casualties as much as possible.
Yeah, go for it. Roll an athletics check.
Net 20.
Oh boy.
Which is then, that means that's a total of 30.
20, 30, got it. Wow.
20,
yeah.
20, 30.
Yeah. 20, 30.
Sorry, I just read the line. Gruk smash. Yeah, so Onyx, you sort of jump out of this plane as it's falling and drive all of your weight and strength down on punching the nose of this thing. and follow it down. You're able to sort of skirt past the wall. It does scrape against the wall, but it definitely lands very hard. I'll say you did have your jetpack on, so you don't take quite as much damage. So I'll say that it would be 35 like bludgeoning damage. So half of that would be math 17.
I'm still above 100 HP.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm strong.
Yeah, so that's Onyx's turn. Demona, what would you like to do? These other two planes are slowly going down as well. One is at least kind of close to the wall. The other one should probably miss it. Anything you want to do?
No more soldiers?
At this rate, it seems like most of them are realizing things are going poorly. They're going to try and run. There are a few left that you could pick off if you'd like. I'll say that they are somewhat clustered together, so you could probably hit them with like a 30-foot sphere radius spell and catch most of them. Or pick them off. But at the moment, you're guessing that they're not going to make it very far, considering once they're out of the storm, they're going to be easy prey for the knights. Because there's nothing to hide behind out here. It's just wasteland for at least a couple miles.
Okay, so Kat, I just realized I actually take even less damage. I take no damage because I reduce my fall damage by 30. I take no damage because I'm a monk. I have slow fall.
The look of just bitterness from Kat there was amazing. Yes, I could just see the "fuck you, Hera" in the look she gave you. That's without even the middle finger.
So, what's Demona doing?
So I have a quick question for mechanics. If I hit the plane that's heading closer towards the wall with an upcast shatter, if I'm able to do enough damage, would I be able to at least diminish the impact? Like if I break apart pieces, it's not going to hit as hard?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm going to upcast it to a 5th level spell.
Shit, yeah.
So
Go for it.
6d8. I mean, I guess if it matters, a Constitution saving throw from a plane or from a jet.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. That is a failure.
All right. 35 plus another 5 because it's evocation. Roll 40 shattering damage. That sounded stupid. Is it bludgeoning? Thunder damage.
So, you sort of point at this plane as it's making its way down, and maybe about 40 or so feet up from where it would be hitting. It sort of almost looks like a detonation from inside, as first the panels of the hull just explode off and go rocketing across the way, tinging off of roofs and everything and sort of bouncing down streets. It's coming apart. It effectively breaks apart from the inside. It does definitely take a big chunk out of the wall, but it doesn't actually compromise it at all. And as far as you can tell, aside from a couple of knights ducking and a handful taking what looks like relatively minor damage of like yay-sized pieces hitting them, nothing deadly. It's definitely not as bad as it could have been.
Achieved my goal. Cool. I am happy with that outcome.
Cyberus.
Cyberus is going to look around and then realize that the jetpack exhaust is filling up his shield, and he's going to dismiss that. He starts coughing at a tiny cloud. And It looks like the battle's over.
Seems to
There's
be, yeah.
nothing else going on. I'm just going to start flying downwards. Assuming the other 2 ships are actually going down.
Yeah. So now 2 of them are down. The other one is basically going to be crashing maybe about 70 feet or so away from the wall by the time that this round is over.
I would head towards the one that's down that's the least damaged, just in case there's survivors.
Okay. And I will say, as you guys step down, or as Cyberus, you like land on the ground and start to see the handful of survivors stumbling out of this plane. Looks like most of them weren't the soldiers. They look like pilot, a handful of like technicians. They're not super heavily armored. They do have guns, obviously. But they immediately like look at you and put their hands up. And all of you see the familiar green skyline of Del Diablo shift partially, and a sort of sheen of like similar to that on a bubble, a soap bubble, that sort of pinkish purple blue shimmer along the wall that just goes for as far as you can see. And the guy that you're standing there looking at, Cyberus, as you're talking to him, he starts like coughing and coughs out what looks like a seed. And you see the guy behind him starts looking around, and his eyes go wide as you see a third eye open on his forehead. It seems like these guys are getting very corrupted.
Then I would say you might want to move in within the wards. I don't know how worse it'll get, but you'll be safe there.
And I'll say at that point, as perhaps like Demona lands on the other side of the wall, you don't feel that sensation of the wards any longer.
Oh shit.
And
The
we'll
sensation
pick
of
up
what?
there next time.
Sensation
The
of what?
wards.
Oh no.
Well, then what I said was a lie.
Well, that was a fucking lie.
So yeah,
It's-
join us next
it's
time.
Not a lie if you didn't know.
That's
Yeah.
true. It's not a lie if you believe it.
I'm gonna run through plugs real quick because Scott's got a thing he kind of has to do. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks for a Halloween one shot that Scott will be running, right?
Mm-hmm.
So check back here for that. My next thing is Baltimore by Night. No, I lied. It's Ghost Marsh. Salt of
Words.
Salt of Ghost Marsh.
Yeah, that one.
You need
Yep.
to smack Kevin.
Ghost
I
of
do it
Salt Marsh.
myself, but yeah. So that is here tomorrow, 7 p.m.
Marsh of Salt Ghosts.
I have Baltimore by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade V5 game that will be airing Monday at noon, so go check that out. Hera and Vex run things on her channel, Fractured Moon D&D.
Yes.
Twitch.
They're in the friends list down below on Twitch.
Yeah, and all of us have Twitter links, so go check them out. And Scott, did I miss anything?
Nope, I think you got everything covered.
Yeah, so this was a blast. I'm very excited. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.